can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me.
Good evening and welcome to our 2021 All the Way Up Adult Education Center Virtual Gala.
Hey, wait a minute, isn't this a gala? You're a little underdressed.
Oh yeah, I'll be right back. Much better. Once again, welcome to our All the Way Up Virtual Gala for 2021. My name is Chris Whitaker. I am the Executive Director of All the Way Up Adult Education Center. On behalf of our Board of Directors, we welcome you to our Virtual Gala. I will be your MC tonight, as well as my colleague Christopher Jennings. We hope that you enjoy your evening with us. As I reflect on our theme, Seeds for the Future, I'm reminded of a student's writing from last semester. In the writing, the student tells of a Mexican proverb, which says, "They tried to bury us, but they didn't realize we were seeds." As I reflect on that, I think often of our students at All the Way Up that have been buried by society. They've been buried by the education system that maybe didn't work for them, by unsupportive families through the process. But when they come to All the Way Up, they are cultivated. They are taught by incredible teachers. They have relationships with incredible volunteers that work with them, that help them cultivate that seed, that dirt around them, so that they too can grow, that they too can be members of our society, that they too can grow and bear fruit to share with their communities, with their families, with their loved ones, and with the broader world. And for that, we are incredibly grateful to be here with you this evening, and just thank you so much for all that you do for All the Way Up.
Hello everybody, Christopher Jennings, Program Director for All the Way Up. So happy to have all of you with us for our virtual gala. Our next presentation is a performance by the Apprentice Chorus at the Newark Boys Chorus School under Dr. Brian Harlow. And this song is called I Will Lift My Voice. And before they sing, I just want to tell you that we are so excited that they are about to become our neighbors next door to us in the school building that is about to be renovated. Please enjoy.
Welcome back. Our next segment this evening is a Q&A between Dr. John Jeffries and a few of our students here at All the Way Up. One of my favorite parts about being Executive Director of All the Way Up is getting to work with our students and hearing their stories that inspire, that make me want to come to work each day. So I really hope that you enjoy these conversations and enjoy this segment.
So when I first joined All the Way Up, like literally, I might have done a class or two last year, I lost my grandmother to COVID. And I remember like trying to like finally doing it because I wanted to like at the end show her like I did it. And wanting to still try to push through it because she was sick. And it was so hard for me because I was really close to my grandmother. And then I wound up losing her. So then I took a break and I didn't resume classes for months. And I was able to reach back to the Chris's and I'm like, hey, this is what happened, and was embraced with open arms. This pandemic has definitely ruffled the feathers of my life. I've had Wi-Fi challenges and now I have a hotspot due to All the Way Up. So I'm always able to pick up where I start. Like I set the tone. Like they'll be there, like we can come back, but you set the tone of how you want this to be.
You know what's really interesting is the ease with which each of you could honestly get to a place to talk about something that in the past may not have been so comfortable, and then that story kind of ended with All the Way Up making it more comfortable. And I really appreciate your own capacities to do that as individual people. And then I think the way that you've all collectively been able to refer to All the Way Up as an institution that's helped you get through what you need to get through.
Yes, I decided to become a student at All the Way Up because like I need to improve my future. And I feel like it was a great place.
And one time at work, and there was a flyer for the program. So I just noticed the flyer one day and I felt like it was a sign. I started my journey. It's been a little hard to be consistent, but this program is amazing because they literally will like work with you.
I always wanted to get my GED, but being a single mom is kind of tough, takes a lot of time. And we just put it on the back burner. I looked up GED programs online, and the first thing that popped up in Newark was All the Way Up. And it's just been amazing ever since. And you're right, Shardy, they do work with you. And I truly appreciate, the tutoring and the teachers. And I didn't realize that I would love learning as much as I did.
I think like all the support we have at All the Way Up, I feel like it makes the difference because it keeps us like motivated to keep going. But at All the Way Up, I can adapt to the challenge. I can overcome my challenge.
So post All the Way Up, what do you have in mind?
Attend a college, get a degree.
Go to college, get my degree, be able to tell my son to do something that I actually did, going for other jobs and being competitive in that way, where I have tons of experience in my work, but I don't have the degree. And me not having my GED always made me very self-conscious about putting myself out there to get a better job and just feel good about myself.
Yes, I agree. I feel the same way. It's like I do have so many plans for the future, but Shadi, I agree 100%. Being able to open up more doors of opportunity for myself, but definitely looking forward to going to college. I would like to be an architect, or I would like to go for architectural design. And definitely one of the things that they use is math. And it's like, but just having that piece of paper for me is just going to be like such a sense of accomplishment. It will open up more doors of opportunity for me to be able to just go into any job I want and say, look, I can work here, It's great.
It's been such a pleasure for me personally to have the kind of relationship that I have with each of you. You should all know that you all teach me a lot all the time.
Welcome back to our segment with the best dressed directors for All the Way Up Adult Education Center. Again, my name is Chris Whitaker. I serve as the Executive Director of All the Way Up.
Hello, Christopher Jennings, Program Director.
So we thought we'd share a little bit of our origin story, as well as what we're doing now to really meet the needs of our community during this time. All the Way Up, as many of you may or may not know, began as a consortium of community organizations in Newark that came together to address the needs of education in this community. We began working to build this organization in 2016, incorporated as our own 501c3 in 2018, and from there the organization has really taken off to be really a top tier organization in the city of Newark, doing the groundwork, the grassroots work within the Newark community to help underserved populations of the city, as well as wider Essex County, get the education they need.
This is our classroom. We used to have class here twice a week. Here in downtown, you can see the beautiful I-280 through the window, and you can see the Newark Broad Street train station, Rutgers Newark Business School. And since the middle of March, we haven't been here. And like so many other people, we really thought we were only going to be gone for 2 weeks. So we took a week off and realized it was going to be more than 2 weeks, and really decided that there was no choice to shut down. There was only a choice to keep going and to figure out how to keep going. We're both very grateful for the way that everybody adapted so quickly. Our students, our teachers, our tutors, and having class on Zoom with people when we're really used to having some time together at a table and using the blackboard and having paper has been a really big shift, and everybody has really come along for the ride. It is remarkable. However, I know that there are still a lot of people that we are not seeing, and I'm really looking forward to getting back to in-person classes. I know a lot of people who do not have Wi-Fi. I know people who don't have a laptop. We've loaned some laptops out.
This time of slowing down during the pandemic has also been an opportunity for a number of our students to take a minute to reevaluate what their goals and what their priorities are going forward. I've heard numerous stories over the last 11 months of students coming back to All the Way Up, either who were former students or students just coming for the first time, and really taking this opportunity to better themselves, to better their prospects post-COVID, and also to show their family that what they can do. And this has really been inspiring to myself. I know Christopher as well, and to our whole team here at All the Way Up, is the dedication that our students have put into this organization, into their studies, in a time where it's really hard to do this. All the Way Up is a beacon for them, a beacon of hope that they can continue with their education, that they can continue to thrive.
One of my favorite memories of the earlier days of the pandemic was getting a phone call in the late afternoon from one of our students who had just passed her test. And now, of course, you can take the GED online at home, and there's a proctor. And she called me and she said, I'm calling you guys before I call my mother, because I want you to know what a difference this makes in my life to get this high school equivalency certificate, to finish high school after all this time.
I'm grateful that we can be a beacon here at All the Way Up for these students.
Aisha Thompson is a recent graduate of All the Way Up. She recently passed her GED and is going to nursing school. And I'm very happy to present to you a conversation that we recorded with Aisha and Christy Zipfel, who was her tutor. One of the ways that we really think we can connect with our students is with our volunteers who build these special relationships with them and help them have those light bulb moments and achieve their goals. Please enjoy.
In a world that is fair, you should have been able to stay in school and gone right to college. But
I dropped out of school when I was 15, So once I got my GED, I knew I can be able to go to college, get better jobs, and things like that. So that was very important. Oh, I was strolling through Facebook one day and I seen the advertisement, and the hours was great. It was during the day. And at the time I was working at night. And I said, okay, well, let me check out this place because I've been to other programs and it just didn't work out for me. It wasn't a good fit. Walked down there and everything. And once I walked in the church, and I just knew that this was going to be the right place for me. I knew that I was going to succeed. One thing I loved about All the Way Up, once I went in and I spoke to, I was going to say both of the Christopher.
Both of the
I
Christopher.
told them, I said, listen, I passed everything else. I don't need no, I just need math 101. And they gave it to me. And that was wonderful. Whenever you're ready, they always would be there to help you. And I thank God for the program.
Well, I certainly remember that because I had just started. I hadn't had any students yet. I didn't know what it was going to be like. And I looked up and there you were smiling, looked as if you were completely in charge of the situation. And I've got to say, you came so every day that we had class, you came and I don't know when you slept because you were working at night. But
I don't either.
yeah, but you came and you always had your work done. And then I was actually away when you took the test.
Mhm.
And you called, I think it was like 5 a.m, and said you passed. And I was dancing around. What have you done since then? What are you up to?
Well, now I had enrolled in Essex County College. I would like to be an X-ray technician.
No, just for whoever's listening, what you had been
Yeah.
working at as years was you had a license. You were qualified to be a nurse's aide.
Right.
And
20 years ago, you didn't need a high school diploma to be a home health aide. And so I thank God for All the Way Up, because if it wasn't for All the Way Up, I don't think that I would have my high school diploma right now. You are a wonderful teacher. I don't know if I would never got this without you. You did a great job. You're a wonderful teacher, and you have patience. You have so much patience.
well, yeah, but then you're right. But it was hard work, really,
Yes.
for both you and for me, because I had no idea, what teaching an adult would be like. You did all the work.
And it's so good to see you. It was such a long time. It's been a long time. If you want something bad enough and you determine, you will succeed. You will succeed.
Welcome back. Our next speaker this evening is the Right Reverend Carly J. Hughes. Bishop Hughes is the 11th Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Newark and an advocate for social justice and social change throughout the community, throughout northern New Jersey. We are so excited to have her here with us this evening to share a little bit about how All the Way Up is planting seeds for the future.
Greetings, friends of All the Way Up. What a wonderful thing that you have taken the time to gather this afternoon to celebrate, to support, to cheer on the ministry that is All the Way Up, and especially to be here for this online gala, Seeds for the Future. I love that theme, Seeds for the Future. It says so much about what this organization accomplishes. It's not just that they're teaching people how to read or helping people get a GED. It is planting an idea of what the future could be like. It's encouraging someone to step fully into who they can possibly be. And education is something that we know is not only an equalizer, but it opens a doorway into a life that is physically healthier, that financially allows people to have a better home and to raise their children with a higher quality of education. That when we plant this seed of knowledge and the confidence that comes with having a high school diploma and potentially even going on for even more education on the college level, that when we plant those kinds of seeds, we're not just planting it in one person, we're planting it in a family, we're planting it in a community, we're planting it in an entire town or city or state. Let's take it even further. We're planting a seed for our whole nation. These are seeds that are worthy of our time, worthy of our resources. I'm so grateful for your willingness to be a part of all of this. And I hope you have a wonderful time as you are gathered together. And I know that you are prepared to be generous, and know that every bit of your generosity, whether it is time or finances, whether it is the prayers or encouragement that you offer, every bit of your generosity is helping to create a better future for someone with these seeds that you plant. Enjoy.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. And change will come to you. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. And change will come to you. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. And change will come to you. Be the light you want to shine in the world. Be the light you want to shine in the world. Be the light you want to shine in the world. And change will come to you.
Be the change that you want to see in the world. Thank you, Rutgers Newark Chorus, for sharing that important message with us. And thank you to Dr. Brian Harlow for sharing their performance with us as well. We have all done a lot of things differently in the pandemic. As you may have noticed, the choir sang quite differently than they would together on a stage. And we at All the Way Up have made really drastic changes in our program. But as Chris said earlier, one of the reasons that we all come to work is because of the people that we get to work with, the people that we get to meet, and the people that we are able to build relationships with over time. I can't wait until we can all be safely vaccinated and back in our classroom in person. I hope that you have enjoyed our presentation and our performances and engaging discussions with everybody who do small things to make All the Way Up a really big and important part of a lot of people's lives. And I hope that you will think of a way to financially support us, big or small. Get out your checkbooks. You can also make a donation online, allthewayupnj.org/donate, and we will put a link in the video as well. You can donate tonight, you can donate at any time. We are so grateful for all of the people who do what they do to make our organization grow and thrive. And we look forward to counting on you as one of our seeds for the future. Thank you very much.
If you want something bad enough and you determine, you will succeed. You will succeed.
You know, it will open up more doors of opportunity for me to be able to go into any job I want and say, look, I can work here,
Yeah.
it's great.